Well, the nightmare investment that is GoPro may be coming to an end. We got to discuss all this if I'm going to be selling out of my position. Oh, we got to talk about where I'm at emotionally with this whole deal. So GoPro is in the process of laying off around 200 to 300 employees this week. TechCrunch has learned from sources close to the company. The hits to the company were largely concentrated in its aerial division, the segment of the company responsible for its Karma drone. In a letter to impacted employees, GoPro explained these cuts are part of a larger restructuring, quote, to better align our resources with business requirements, end quote. TechCrunch has been informed by sources that the company relieved impacted employees of duties today, but will likely keep them on payroll until February 16th, holy smokes, until after CES is over, okay? And this comes just a couple weeks after I'm watching a video that was posted on December 18th. I don't know if it's a Chinese or Japanese Engadget. Nick Woodman, the CEO of GoPro, was on, and he was talking about, you know, he's happy with the way Karma drone is gone. He was talking about, you know, there's future iterations here. And then we see 200 to 300 employees getting laid off in the drone division. This is what I call lack of communication, and this makes me question if I want to be in the GoPro anymore after this point. And the reason being, and we're going to kind of talk about the only thing that I'm kind of waiting for to maybe possibly get out of this position and whatnot. So with GoPro here, you know, the main reasons I'm in this company is they're kind of the number, they are clear, you know, clear in a day, the #1 action camera maker, okay? The second reason I'm in this company is because there's hope that they're already kind of the #2 drone maker, but there's hope that they could, you know, come out with better iterations of Karma, a smaller package, things like that, and compete even in a bigger way with DJI, right? So drones is kind of the second main reason I'm in this stock. The hope, I mean, when I first got into the stock, they were kind of looking into drones and talking about, you know, they're going to launch a drone and whatnot, and then they ended up having a delay, and then they finally came out with it. It, you know, fell out of the sky and this and that, and they screwed everything up so freaking bad. It was unbelievable. Worst management team by far I've ever invested in a company, right? They screwed that whole deal up, but there was still hope that, okay, they can kind of rebound this, and GoPro's brand's so strong and whatnot. And now we hear that maybe they're not even going to have a drone division. And the #3 reason is really around the VR camera. But the VR camera is something kind of a little further down the road. Drones can be more immediate because that's such a huge market already, okay? So 200 to 300 employees. In my opinion, I'm not an executive at GoPro, but in my opinion, they probably only had 200 to 300 employees in the entire drone division. So if you're going to eliminate 200 to 300 drone employees, do you even have a business there anymore at that point in time? Are you even planning on coming out with new products and things like that? Like if you have eliminated those, maybe you're just exiting the space and you have no interest in even being in the drone space anymore. And that to me as a shareholder is like pure, I don't know if I want to call it lies or if I want to call it just miscommunication or whatnot. Like a couple weeks ago, you're hyping this out. Now all of a sudden behind the scenes, you're doing something totally different. And it's like, why? Like, this is unbelievable to me. I've never seen this happen. In my almost decade of being in stocks, I've never been involved or seen a management team constantly say one thing and constantly behind everybody's back doing another thing. And it's unbelievable, the mistakes, the delays, the product issues, the mismanagement of money. It's thing after thing after thing, the hype, and then all to be let down time and time again as a shareholder. They hype and they let me down as a shareholder time and time again with this one. And it's just a mess. So as far as will I sell the position, and as far as where I'm at emotionally with this whole investment, you guys know this has meant a lot to me. I mean, all my investments, whether it's a huge investment like GoPro, whether it's a smaller investment, they all mean a lot to me. Because I'm such a competitive person. I'm such a competitive person, and so the money is important, absolutely, but for me, it's actually the second thing. Just for me, as someone that cares about something a lot, you spend a ton of time putting in the work towards something. when you have to take a loss, it hurts really, really bad. And anybody out there that's a super competitive person that puts in a lot of time towards something and you end up taking a loss, you guys all know how I feel. It is not a strong feeling. If it's like a video game or something I don't care about, then who cares if I lose? But when it's something you put in a ton of time toward, it hurts. So what I'm kind of waiting on here is within the next month, the company should announce their Q4 earnings, okay? These Q4 earnings, what I'm going to be listening to here is not the hype. I don't care what Woodman has to say. I don't care if he's going to say they're going to become a Bitcoin blockchain company. I don't really freaking care what Woodman has to hype out or whatever, because he's lost so much trust with me that his words are irrelevant at this time. His words are literally irrelevant. They don't even matter to me at this time. All I'm going to be listening to on that Q4 is what the actual results are from this Q4, okay? And that is it, results. I don't even know how to spell results anymore. It's just frustrating. All I'm gonna be listening to is the results. What are the revenues coming at? Did they make a good profit? If they couldn't have made a really good profit in this Q4, there's no hope for me in this investment. It's just something I need to get out of, because this is a quarter they should have easily made a very nice profit in. If they couldn't have made a very nice profit in this Q4, no reason for me to be in this company. Absolutely none, because there's no hope for me to even ever make a profit in this company if they can't make a profit in this Q4 here. If they couldn't have made a profit, it's not even worth it, guys. So I'm going to be listening to those results, and based upon what those results are, the actual financials, the revenues and the profits, if they had any, based upon that is when I'll make my decision if I'm going to sell off 100% of my position, if I'm going to sell off 50% of my position, or if I won't sell off any. The results are going to have to come in super strong for me to actually stay in this company at this point in time, because I have lost so much faith in management at this point in time that I can't trust anything they really have to say. Specifically Woodman, I can't trust anything that he has to say out there. So unless the results are super strong and the revenues came in great and they beat all their numbers, and the profits, they were super profitable, like unless those two things are there, like what is there for me to be even be in the stock at this time? So once again, it hurts. It absolutely hurts. You know, anybody that's a super competitive person out there, you know how it feels when you put a lot of time into something and it doesn't pay off and you have to take a loss. But it is what it is. And in this game, in this investment game, it doesn't matter how much time you put in, how much work you put in, doesn't matter your foolproof plan and whatnot, you will still take losses sometimes. It's never going to happen where you'll make 100% of the time, you'll make 100% of your money. Like, it's just not going to happen, guys. Sometimes you're going to take losses in this game, and it looks like I'm gonna have to take a big one here with GoPro, and that hurts. It certainly hurts because of the time I put in, all those conference calls I listened to, all those investor presentations, you know, being in the stock and dealing with it and reading 10Qs and reading 10Ks and this and that, the amount of hours you put into something like this. And for it not to pay off, it hurts, guys. You know, it's a worse, and it's funny, you know, I was thinking about this, I'm like, what's a better or worse feeling? My win resorts that I put in a ton of time toward and it pays off in a huge way, right? Or the way I feel right now, you know, with GoPro more than likely not working out or even close to working out and taking a huge loss. And the pain I feel from the GoPro is actually much worse than how excited I am for what I made with Win. So, you know, it's just the losses hurt more than the gains actually feel good for you. And that's just the way it is, guys. And it is what it is, but I got to accept it. And it's part of this game, guys. You're in this game long enough, you're going to have to take some losses here and there. You know, that's all I have to say. You're going to take some losses here and there, and it happens. So anyways, we shall move on and see what happens in the future. But anyways, thanks for watching, guys, and have a great day.